Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? We're getting there. We're going to get you all riled up. We're going to have some fun, but more importantly, we are going to celebrate a big evening for a lot of very important people. So I call your attention to the back door right now as we welcome our esteemed delegates and your 2026 All Saints University graduates. And finally, she is Toronto born and raised, but her whole family is from St. Vincent. So, of course,
St. Vincent land, so beautiful, with joyful hearts, we pledge to thee our loyalty and love and vow to keep you ever free. Whatever future brings, our faith will see us through. Men from shore to shore, and God bless and keep us true. Rune, a fair and blessed isle, your mountains high, so clear and green, are home to me. Though I may stray, a haven calm serene. Whatever the future brings, our faith will see us through. May peace reign from shore to shore, and God bless and keep us true. Our little sister islands are those gems, the lovely granite upon their seas, and golden sands the beams. Whatever the future brings, our faith will see us through. May peace reign from shore to shore, and God bless and keep us true.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. So we've got lots to get to, so let me start off by introducing myself. I'm radio and TV personality Rob Paget. A small town on Lake Erie called Port Colborne, but I moved to Toronto 30-something years ago to start my career, which has been on YTV, the on-court announcer for the Toronto Raptors, the Real Housewives, all kinds of stuff. I'm a registered officiant, so if somebody wants to get married, I can help you out during the ceremony break. I love what I do, and I love being in the moment. So I know we're all celebrating here today, so I have to ask you, graduates, family, how is everybody doing tonight? You know, graduation is kind of the only time you'll be happy to finish something by spending thousands of dollars. So welcome. This is a big day for you. So right now, what I like to do is have you all take your phones out, because I know they're in your hands. I know you want to take pictures. I want you to take a selfie of you, the family you're sitting with, your fellow graduates. Let's take a moment, take those phones out, and take a picture so you can remember this very moment and send it to your neighbors, send it to your friends, send it to your family. Let's all do that right now. Folks, seems like somebody's not feeling well next door. Is there a doctor in the house? That's how the night's going to be. I've got a few of those for you tonight. So let's get the evening going with a few speeches, because we're here again to celebrate incredible achievement of our graduates. But how did we get here? And we have a few people to explain how they're involved in this momentous occasion. He is a German-trained scientist, toxicologist, professor of psychological chemistry, university co-founder, president and chief executive officer of All Saints University for the past 20 years. Please welcome University President Dr. Joshua Yusuf, better known as Dr. J.
Your Excellencies, Honorable Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Dr. the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Honorable Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. the Honorable Godwin Friday, Honorable Ministers of Health of Dominica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Chief Executive Officer of the Medical Council of Canada, Dr. Viren Naik, co-founders of All Saints University School of Medicine, Dr. Avone Pinard, Mr. David Bruni, and Mr. Frankie Bellot, present or represented here this evening. The chair and members of the Board of Trustees of the university, the Executive Dean, and other deans present here this evening, the University Registrar, faculty, administrative staff, graduates of the university being celebrated today, students, parents, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to this marking the 20th anniversary of the establishment of All Saints University School of Medicine and 2026 graduation ceremony of the university. Precisely 20 years ago, the government of Dominica granted the charter for the establishment of this institution. In August 2011, the government of St. and the Grenadines second charter to establish the St. Vincent campus of the All Saints University School of Medicine, formerly named the American University of St. Vincent. The mission of the founders of the university was to establish a school to prepare competent and socially responsible healthcare professionals equipped with the knowledge of emerging global issues, research, evidence-based medicine, and medical technologies, promoting lifelong learning to ensure delivery of the best care possible to the global community. With the initial 28 students, we commenced classes in May 2006. Implementation of the mission commenced in earnest, of course not without challenges, including the devastation caused by Hurricane Maria in 2017, the volcanic eruption of 2022 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the profound loss of two co-founders, namely Mr. Richmond Gabriel Populi of blessed memory in 2016 and Mr. Frankie Bellot in 2024, and the loss of some of prominent leaders of All Saints University, especially Registrar David Abiodun and Foundation Chair of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Clayton Shillingford. We acknowledge the dedication and scholarship of these co-founders and leaders. They helped shape this institution, and their vision and legacy live on. Through adversity, complex and baseless litigations against the university, global crisis amongst others, the All Saints University has emerged stronger, more resilient, and more determined than ever to continue to fulfill its mission. From those humble beginnings with 28 students, All Saints University has grown to a truly global institution. Today, the university serves over 700 students from more than 30 countries across campuses in Dominica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have graduated over 1,000 physicians practicing across Canada, the United States, the Caribbean, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and beyond. We have expanded our academic offerings to include a Bachelor of Science degree program in nursing, a Bachelor of Science degree program in diagnostic and medical imaging, and a graduate program in public health. We have also achieved international accreditation of our MD degree programs by World Federation of Medical Education recognized accreditation bodies, and our nursing programs by the General Nursing Councils of Dominica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have also awarded in excess of $50 million in scholarships to various students. And we are not finished. Our goal is clear: to continue to offer quality and affordable medical education in the two countries and expand our programs. Our graduates, it is truly an honor to stand before you on this special day as we celebrate your graduation from medical school. Today marks the completion of years of intense study, long clinical hours, sleepless nights, challenging examinations, intense competition for residency placements across the world, and countless moments of self-doubt that you courageously overcame. Each of you should be immensely proud of what you have accomplished. On behalf of the faculty and administration, I extend my warmest congratulations to you and to your families who have supported you throughout this demanding journey. Your success is also their success. On behalf of the faculty and administration, I extend my warmest congratulations to you and to your families once again. Medicine is not simply a career. It is a calling. It is a responsibility, a privilege, and a lifelong commitment to serving humanity. When you first entered the medical school, many of you were motivated by curiosity, ambition, or a desire to help others. Along the way, you have learned that medicine is complex, uncertain, and deeply human. You have learned that helping, healing require not just knowledge, but compassion, humility, and teamwork. Your clinical years transformed you. You learned that textbooks do not always provide perfect answers. You learned to listen carefully, to observe closely, to think critically, and to act responsibly. You learned that medicine is not practiced alone. It is built on collaboration with nurses, pharmacists, therapists, technicians, administrators, and above all, patients and their families. As the president of the university, I've watched many of you grow from nervous students into confident professionals. I've seen your dedication during early morning runs, your perseverance during long shifts, your empathy at the bedside, and your resilience when faced with setbacks. These qualities matter just as much as your academic achievements. Today, you join a global community of physicians and healthcare professionals who share a common purpose: to heal, to comfort, and to protect life. Your degree certifies your competence, but your character will define your legacy. The journey ahead. Allow me to leave you with 5 guiding principles. First, never stop learning. Medicine evolves constantly. Stay curious, stay humble. Second, protect your integrity. In every decision, place patient welfare above all else. Third, practice compassion. Patients may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Fourth, care for yourselves. A healthy physician is essential to a healthy society. Fifth, represent your profession with pride. Wherever you go, please carry the values of this institution with you. The road ahead. Graduates, the world you are entering faces significant healthcare.
Thank you. President Youssef, Honorable Prime Minister Skerritt, Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Friday, Honorable Peter St. Jean, Honorable members of our provincial parliaments, distinguished members of our Board of Trustees, faculty, alumni, guests, friends, and family. And a lot of people think that those are the soft skills, but I'll tell you that those are probably the hardest skills, and in a lot of ways, often the most important skills. As Dr. Youssef says, you won't be in this alone. Medicine is a team sport. Nurses, therapists, other health professionals, administrators, pharmacists, you name it. And teamwork is great. It doesn't always make the work easier, but I can tell you it always makes the work better. And so when you show up to work to be part of that team, always know that you're bringing your best self to that team environment. A reflection of who you are as a professional and a reflection of who you are as a person. So you're probably asking yourself why the CEO of the Medical Council of Canada is speaking at my graduation. Probably what you know of the Medical Council of Canada for some of you is gave you a little quiz that you didn't like very much, or a little exam that you didn't like very much. I'm seeing a lot of head nods. But the reality is that this is actually a first. I've never spoken at a graduation ceremony as a CEO, but I'm going to tell you that it's long overdue. It's long overdue because I'm here to thank you for your passion and your ambition to pursue medicine. That passion and ambition took you to study medicine abroad. That isn't an easier pathway. That's definitely a harder pathway. And for too long, I think there have been myths that have perpetuated about when people go abroad to study medicine. Maybe it's because they couldn't meet the mark here in Canada. Maybe it's because they had resources to go abroad. And what I'm here to tell you today is it's my commitment and the Medical Council of Canada's commitment to bust those myths. I know the sacrifice that you've made. I know the sacrifice your families have made. The resilience to leave home, the resilience to leave your country, the resilience to adapt and persist. You are now part of our profession. You've met the same standards, and you're capable and challenged for the excellence that we demand of all of our physicians. And I know many of you are pursuing postgraduate training in the United States, and some of you are going to stay here in Canada. But even for those going to the United States, let me tell you that Canada needs you. Canada needs you. So let me say it clearly. If you previously felt less visible to the Canadian medical system, we see you, we value you, and we need you. Please come home. So I'm going to close at the risk of plagiarizing or paraphrasing one of the best and most inspirational speeches I'd ever heard. And this speech was given by Brian Dyson when he was the CEO of Coca-Cola. And what Brian Dyson said is that, you know, in life we juggle many different balls in our life. We juggle our self ball, our friend ball, our family ball, our health ball, and our work ball. And we juggle all these balls. But all of these balls are very fragile. They're not just made of glass, they're made of crystal. And anybody who's owned any crystal will know that if you drop crystal, it doesn't just break, it shatters. And yeah, you can put crystal back together, but if anyone who's tried to glue crystal back together, it never really comes back together the same. Never really looks the same, never really feels the same. All of these balls are made of crystal except one. The one ball that's not made of crystal is the work ball. That ball is made of rubber. And every so often, you're going to need to let that ball drop. And when you let it drop, sometimes because it's made of rubber, it bounces even higher. So I say to you, as you enter the profession and pulled in many directions, that the demands are real, the expectations are high. But as you are dealing with all of that, please hold on tight to what is important and always let that give you perspective as you juggle your balls. Apropos to that, I know, graduates, that we are going to hear much applause all night and celebrate you all evening, and I'm not going to do that. Instead, what I'm going to ask, and all those people behind you, I'd like to ask all the friends and family of our graduates to stand. Anyone who's here to celebrate with your friend, with your graduates, please stand for a second. Graduates, I want you to look behind you. And what I'd like you to do is to applaud all these people who've supported you in your journey, who will continue to support you throughout your lives and throughout your careers.
Thank you very much. You know, I'm a little hesitant to make a big speech, so I have jolted down something, but thank you very much for inviting me, Dr. Yusuf, and all the dignitaries that are sitting up here on front, and the graduates and family. Welcome and good evening. I'm truly delighted to be here for this graduation ceremony. Moments like this always make me nostalgic. I have known this university for 20 years. This is 20 years anniversary. So I have been associated with this university since the inception, from the beginning. In the early days, building All Saints University in Dominica was not easy. It was a challenge, but this was also an opportunity. I have loved teaching and learning. And joining this institution allowed me to do the both, to teach and learn. 2006, I was the youngest dean of this university. My wife said, "Can you do this?" I said, "I want to do this." So education, leadership, management, and mentoring a student. I see the first batch student today is also in this audience. And that just reminded me of memory, the early days of doubts. So most of my time in early days used to be counseling student. They say, "Am I going to make it? Am I going to be doctor? Can I be doctor like you?" This was a constant question all the time. To me, it looks like I was teaching them more of a life lesson than medical education. I was a dean, so anyone who was not there, so I taught general path, genetics, pharmacology, microbiology, you name it. In 2 years, as a teaching at All Saints University in 2006 and 2007, they say, "What do you teach?" I say, "Anything that I don't have other professors to teach, I do." Under the leadership of Dr. Yusuf, this university has transformed thousands of lives. Thank you, Dr. Yusuf. This is all your labor. After I left Dominica, I came to Mayo Clinic for the training and research. I had a chance to get further training at Harvard, and then I was working as a critical care physician, program director of critical care fellowship. And then I get a call from Dr. Yusuf. So again, as you see, perseverance and the friendship, finding the best person to be a board of trustee. And again, he drew me to the All Saints University as a member of board of trustee. And for the last 7 years, I'm the chairman of board of trustee. Here, my role changed. As a board of trustee, I don't represent a school. I represent you. I represent student. I represent family. And I make management accountable for the quality education. Our meeting every 3 months, there will be two hours, to be 4-hour meeting. And this is all I am as a representative for the quality for the student. As I look at you today, a newly minted doctor, remember graduating in 2002, 23 years ago as a doctor, and the excitement, I'm going to change the world. Apart from my job, I'm a practicing internal medicine and critical care doctor. And what I see patients from up close. In ICU, a lot of young people are coming with a head bleed, with a paralysis. And from my personal experience, what I see, when the young people die, everyone comes to me and say, what could I have done to avoid this fate? That led me to innovation pathway. Since I had a privilege to go to a big university, I knocked the door of Mayo Clinic. I said, let's build some system where we can save people. So the way medicine works at this time is like we doctor are working like a firefighter. When your house is on fire, you call a firefighter to save the wife. Same thing is like that. People come to you when they cannot bear any more pain. And you find it is a stage 4 cancer. Young people. So why didn't you find before? So the way is called reactive medicine. You get into the life of the patient when they come to you. Most of the time at very last stage. I had a 25-year student coming to me in ICU and say there was exam pressure and he could not move his right hand. And he was valedictorian. Too much pressure. And he thought because of stress, when we did MRI, he had a stroke. 25 years, college student, stroke. And then we did an echocardiogram. He has a dilated cardiomyopathy, means heart has swollen because of stress. When we call this a broken heart syndrome, yes, it is real. You see it. What we would have done to prevent that? This question led me to say, okay, if the institution is not ready to start, I started my own startup company. So if you go outside and see, I brought a poster. So I say, firefighter way of medicine is not enough. We have to build a smoke alarm for the health. So for last year, what I have been doing, I created a system of something like a chair, which can sit and live wherever you are. It takes your data, it does examination 3.5 minutes, it creates your digital health twin. That company I started with my own money, now is worth $50 million. And this is adopted by New York University, and we are in a home of 9 people. And it's growing. So you may be asking, this guy is doing marketing. My wife would have said, like, you started your sales speech again at a graduation ceremony. Why I'm sharing with you? This is not about technology. What I want you guys to do today, being a doctor is a responsibility. And one of the responsibility is innovation. You can't be just doctor and treat disease. You'll find a lot of problem. And this gives a responsibility for us to create and innovate. You see, like as a doctor, we see all the problem, but we don't have engineering skill to solve it. But then what? We have to work in a group, a team. A lot of people say, I'm a doctor. But the literal meaning of doctor comes from the Greek word dosier. This means teacher. The doctor word was not awarded to a medical doctor. It was PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. Philosophy is science of knowledge. So if you're a doctor, teaching has to be part of you. If you're a doctor, if you're not teaching, we are not doing justice to the word doctor. That's why a lot of people like to be called, I'm physician. What is physis? Physic is a body. If you know your body, you're a physician. You can fix your body. So if you really want to be a doctor, teaching is a part of that word. So you have to teach yourself and others. That's the responsibility you are bearing as a doctor. So, as you take your oath today, remember, medicine is just not teaching or just treating patient. This is advancing humanity. What is humanity? Now you see everyone, when they have nothing to do, we are at the phone. That itself has become a disease. American Academy of Pediatrics, they say if you're using your phone more than 4 hours, that's a disease. There is a disease code developed for that. And it's not only pediatrics, there should be an adult disease also. So how can you make medicine human? Just let me tell you the story that I saw last week. So I'm a practicing physician. I have my own clinic. I have a company that we do innovation and work as a free clinic, FQHC, Federally Qualified Healthcare Center, where I see 60 patients with the help of residents every Tuesday. One patient comes and they say, there was a weird complaint. Resident asked me. She was sent here to say that she's pregnant, but she's saying that she has menstruation last week. How is this possible? Patient is telling you, are you going to believe that? But she had ultrasound, which was reported viable pregnancy. So this is the moral decision. What are you going to say? Patient, you're wrong? You can't. So what did we do? We say, okay, let's pull all the paper. And what we found, that ultrasound was reported by AI. And AI was seeing the sac, which was described as pregnancy. It has gone through 4 doctors who just took this one and just labeled her pregnant. When she's saying that, no, I had a menstruation last week. And it took only 4 doctors to find out that was wrong. It was just endometrial hyperplasia. So mechanical work or machine is changing the world of medicine. We believe lab work, we believe medical work, we believe CT scan report. But don't forget, first and foremost, medicine is human. So you have to listen to patient. You have to trust your patient. And then based on that, you analyze the data coming from machine. So that humanity is being lost. I love AI, but it should not replace our own consciousness. So, last parting thought. Congratulations to each of you and your families, and thank you. May you all be there to make a meaningful change and difference in the world. Remember, we are human. You are tasked to save humanity and make medicine human. Thank you very much.
All right, well spoken, doctor. So we're just going to take a moment. If I could get the...
I'm Dr. Parini Shah. It's such a beautiful day and I'm feeling so excited to be here. I will be the first to tell you, it has been a journey. But when you have a wonderful support system, surrounded by good people, good mentors, and great family and friends, anything is possible. I feel so grateful today to be able to walk across that stage and truly achieve this dream. And I'm just so excited to celebrate with everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay, I started All Saints in 2012, finished in 2019. At present, I work as a medical doctor in the island of Dominica, where I act as the district team leader for a population of 38,000 people. And I'm grateful to All Saints for giving me this opportunity to be a medical doctor. And kudos to all the graduates today. And I hope that our medical journey continues and we do bigger things in the future. All right, thank you.
My journey at All Saints University has been an emotional roller coaster. It was challenging. I made a lot of new friends that we still keep in touch to this day. But the curriculum was very well for me because I did not do sciences in school, as in physics and chemistry. So I entered through the pre-med program, which I was very grateful for to allow me to begin my journey. And then I transitioned into the MD program. I would advise anyone, if they're looking for affordable education, especially in the Caribbean island, that they should pick All Saints University School of Medicine.
So my time in All Saints University, it has really shaped my life so far. It's been a wonderful journey. We got to have a one-on-one interaction with our faculty, the lecturers, the dean. So that was really good. It was also really nice doing it on the island without so much distractions, and also to have that a small class, which makes the interaction with the lecturers more efficient, really. So it's been a wonderful time, and I'm just really excited to be here celebrating the end of at least this part of the medical journey. So yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, my journey in All Saints University has been a very wonderful one. Starting from 2012, when I joined All Saints University, it was a very challenging journey, trust me. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of situations, emotional times when, I broke down at some point. It looked like something very impossible, something that is not going to come to an end. But here we are today. We give God the glory. He saw us through from the beginning, and he made this possible today. So, and I want to also thank my family, my husband, and my kids for standing by me through this time. And also to many undergraduates that are going to watch this, I just want to encourage you that you should stay steadfast, don't give up. You're also going to end well by the special grace of God. Thank you so much.
Dreams coming to reality, and All Saints University School of Medicine has given me all the supports for my dream to come into reality. If you want to come, have your dreams come true, please do come and be a part of All Saints University School of Medicine.
So let's get ready. Are we ready to see our graduates of 2026?
So we're at this point where you get ushered into the profession officially. I wonder how many of you have thought this day would come, prayed and wished. There are so many of you that I'm just bewildered. I'm just happy to see all these faces and to know that you have gotten to this point. You are now officially taking the oath that ushers you into the profession officially. You left all this stuff here, Mark. So, this is the point where you take this solemn oath. It's an ever-enduring and sacred tradition that most of you have hoped for this day. From this day on, you will officially be known as a member of the medical profession, officially. You, like physicians over the centuries, have marked their entry into the profession, not only because of the knowledge and the skills you have gained, but the commitment that you will make to place the lives of your patients and their confidence that they give you with the greatest trust. You're here not only because of the knowledge and the skills you've gained, but the commitment that you make today to place the well-being of others in your hands and as part of your journey and your work to making this a better world. This oath that you take is a declaration of the person you will become. This oath will guide you when answers are not clear, when patients turn to you for help. Let us get to the oath itself. But before we take the oath, if there are any physicians present who wish to renew their oath, you can stand where you're seated and follow along and repeat the oath along with the graduates. Would all the graduates stand at this point and raise your right hand? The oath says to all those who are willing, I swear to fulfill to the best of my ability and judgment this covenant. I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those physicians in whose steps I walk. I will gladly share such knowledge as is mine with those who are to follow. That I will apply for the benefit of the sick all measures that are required, avoiding the twin traps of overtreatment and therapeutic nihilism. I will remember that there's an art to medicine and science as well. And that warmth, sympathy, and understanding may outweigh the surgeon's knife or the chemist's drug. I will not be ashamed to say that I know not. I will call colleagues when the skill of another is needed for the recovery of a patient. I will respect my patient's privacy, for their problems are not disclosed to me that the world may know. Most especially, I must tread with care in matters of life and death. If it's given to me to save a life, all thanks. But it may also be within my power to take a life. This awesome responsibility must be faced with great humbleness and awareness of my own frailty. Above all, I must not play at God. I will remember that I do not treat a fever, a cancerous growth, but a sick human being whose illness may affect that person's life and their economic stability. My responsibilities include these problems. If I am to care adequately for my patients and the sick, I will prevent disease whenever I can, for prevention is preferable to cure. I will remember that I am a member of society with special obligations to all my fellow human beings, those of sound mind and body and the infirm. If I do not violate this oath, may I enjoy life and art and respected while I live, and remembered with affection thereafter. May I always act so as to preserve the finest traditions of my calling, and may I long experience the joy of healing those who come to me for help. Thank you. You have now officially joined the ranks and bear your title with great humanity and humility. Go forth, as Dr. Yusuf said. We are proud of you. We believe in you. Go forward, heal the world. We look forward to the good things that you bring into this world. Thank you all.
Good evening, everyone. The President, honorable guests, Dean and Associate Deans, distinguished faculty, proud parents and families, exhausted siblings, and most importantly, the graduates of All Saints University School of Medicine. We made it. I want everyone to take a second and look at the person sitting next to you. Look at those faces. We officially transitioned from bright-eyed, hopeful humans to highly functioning caffeine delivery systems. Remember first year, when we genuinely believed we would have time for a social life, a hobby, and 8 hours of sleep? How adorable we were. Since then, we've reached a level of sleep deprivation where we can identify an obscure tropical parasite faster than we can remember where we parked our cars. We spent more time bonding with plastic skeletons than our own families. And we've survived on a diet of stress and questionable vending machine choices that would honestly baffle a nutritionist. But if you can survive the All Saints curriculum while your blood is basically 70% espresso, you can survive anything. You aren't just graduates. You are survivors of a very expensive, very scientific hazing ritual, and you never looked better. When I was younger, I didn't just want to be a doctor. I wanted to be a badass doctor. You know the type. I grew up dreaming of the white coat not as a uniform, but as a cape. I wanted to be the one who could walk into an ER room, look at a crashing patient and know exactly what to do because I had mastered the craft. I wanted to be the person people turn to in their darkest hours. I think many of us here share the same fire. We didn't come to All Saints just to get a degree. We came here because we have a deep, slightly obsessive love for the art of healing. We are the people who saw a heartbeat on an ultrasound and thought, that is the coolest thing I have ever seen, and then immediately thought, okay, now tell me the exact physiology of the sound SN, S2. But we all learn dreaming of being a badass is easy, but becoming one is a grind. Medical school has a funny way of taking your God complex and replacing it with a why is this flashcard following me complex. We have lived through the grueling nights. We've survived on med school tapas, which is just a granular bar and a cold cup of coffee. There were moments when the mountain felt too high, when a shelf exam didn't go as planned, or when a clinical rotation left us feeling like we knew absolutely nothing. But look around. Every single person in these robes chose to keep climbing. We didn't get here because we are geniuses, though there is plenty of brain power in the room. We got here because we are stubborn. We got here through the sheer, unadulterated power of perseverance. We learned that being a great doctor isn't about knowing everything on day one. It's about having the grit to show up on day 1000 and keep learning. We didn't do this alone. We are the stars of the show today, but we had a world-class backstage crew. To the faculty of All Saints University, you were the pillars of success. You were the ones who saw us not just as students, but as future colleagues. Thank you to the professors who didn't just teach us Krebs cycle for the 100th time, but also showed us how to connect with patients. You instilled in us the mantra, treat the patient, not just the disease. Thank you for being the safety net when we stumbled. You pushed us because you know what the world would eventually demand of us. You took our raw ambition and redefined it with discipline. To our mentors, thank you for staying late, answering the dumb questions, and modeling the kind of physicians we hope to become. You showed us that medicine is a team sport, and All Saints is one hell of a team. As we move forward into residency, things are getting more real, and the stakes are getting higher. But I want to remind you why we did this. Never lose that little kid wonder. Never let the paperwork or the long shifts dull the fact that you have been given the most incredible privilege on earth. The privilege of being tired that we once dreamed of. The privilege of lifelong learning. And the privilege to have permission to enter a stranger's life and help them. Medicine is a beautiful, messy, scientific, and spiritual journey. Whether you are headed into surgery, family medicine, pediatrics, or the ER, remember that you are now the badass doctor you once dreamed of being. You are the answers to someone's prayer. So, as we all leave All Saints University today, I have a final orders for the graduates. Celebrate. Tonight, do not think about step scores, comms, eras, nothing. Do not think about billing codes. Just think about the fact that you are officially a doctor. Be kind to your nurses, to your co-residents, to your colleagues, to your patients, and most importantly, to yourself. Be that example of humanity. Keep the grit. When you are on your 24th hour of call shift and you are tired, remember this feeling. Remember this stage. Remember that you worked for this. Dear graduates, we came here as students with big dreams. We live here as physicians with the tools to make those dreams a reality. Go out there and be the badasses we trained to be. Congratulations, doctors.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be a tough act to follow, but I'm going to try. First and foremost, I want to say a huge thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, to my incredible family, especially my parents, upon whose shoulders I stand. Thank you. To all our families here today, our friends, mentors, and teachers, each of you has played a part in bringing each one of us here to this moment. Thank you. We will not be here without you. A heartfelt thank you to our dear university, to the president, Dr. Yusuf, to the esteemed board of trustees, to Dr. Dinsel, to Dr. Marcel, to Dr. Wissam, and to Dr. Wolabi, as well as the academic and non-academic staff. Thank you for your sacrifices and working tirelessly to make this dream a reality. And to the incredible Pastor David, may his soul rest in peace. Thank you for your generosity, your ever-welcoming nature, and your unwavering support. And to my fellow graduates, our doctors, the class of 2026. I salute each and every one of you on this enormous achievement, becoming doctors and taking the oath to be physicians. As we stand here today, preparing to enter one of the most demanding yet meaningful professions in the world, we must ask ourselves a simple yet profound question: why did we choose medicine? Was it for prestige? Was it for recognition? Was it for money? Or was it for something greater? Because to walk the path of a doctor is not simply to prescribe medications, to perform surgery, or to interpret investigations. It is to stand beside people, many a times on the worst days of their life. Our patients do not come to us only for treatment. Sometimes they come seeking hope, a listening ear, a compassionate presence, a hand on the shoulder. And in my experience, this can be just as powerful as the medications we prescribe. Sometimes all our patients need is someone to listen, someone to care for them, and most importantly, someone to stand with them through those difficult moments. As physicians, we must understand that healing is not only biological, it is deeply human. Paul Kalinathi, in his book, Breath Becomes Air, teaches us this lesson beautifully. He was a neurosurgeon, a man who has spent years caring for patients, delivering diagnoses and standing at the bedside. But it was when he was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer in his final year of residency that he truly understood what it meant to be a patient. He had been in the room countless times, but now he was the one on the other side of the bed. In that moment, everything felt foreign, as though he had never been there before, and truthfully, he had not. As physicians, though we stand at the bedside and operate in the operating room, it is fully impossible to understand how a patient feels until we stand in their shoes. And to do that, we must lead with empathy. We must treat every patient as we will our brother, our sister, our parents, and our children. Because medicine without compassion is merely procedural, but medicine with compassion transforms into healing. And that is the true calling of a doctor, to serve your patient with all of your heart. It is said that over a 30-year career, a physician may impact thousands of lives. Some estimate about 60,000 patient encounters. Imagine that. 60,000 opportunities to care for someone. 60,000 opportunities to advocate for someone. 60,000 opportunities to leave the world a better place than you found it. That is not just a profession, that is purpose. And in a world today where brute force seems to be the answer, where wars are fought, lives are lost, and violence dominates headlines, we must choose differently. As doctors, we have sworn an oath to protect life, an oath to serve truth, to defend science, evidence, and humanity. We must not allow ourselves to become victims of politics, money, or the noise of the times. Our loyalty must remain where it has always belonged, to our patients. And yet, this responsibility is enormous. It is not one that we can carry alone. There will be nights where we question everything, where we lose a patient we fought for, and where the system fails someone we tried so hard to save. And in those moments, we quietly wonder if we have anything left to give. Unfortunately, burnout among physicians is real, the exhaustion is real, as well as the sacrifice. And that is why we must hold on to one another, to be our brother's keeper, to check on your colleagues, to support your co-residents, And more importantly, hold your friends and your families even closer, because they will help guide you when the road becomes unclear and give you the strength to forge ahead. Many of us here have journeyed through different seasons of life, yet we persisted. People from all parts of the world coming together for one singular purpose: to become doctors. We have people here who endured wars in Ukraine. Others faced the hurricane in Dominica. Many of us know the pressures of board exams, sleepless nights, and countless sacrifices. And now you have arrived. You are a doctor. And as doctors, we are always focused on the next step, the next challenge. But today, I want you to pause and take a look around the room, to look at your loved ones, your family, your friends, the people who are so very proud of you, to take in the significance of this moment, to celebrate yourself, your resilience, your dedication, and your years of hard work. Whatever tomorrow brings might be unknown, but here, right now, the moment is yours. So hold it, enjoy it, celebrate it, and let it fuel everything that comes next. Above all, in life, we need purpose, a North Star, something that reminds us in the darkest nights while we began this journey in the first place. For each of us, that purpose may look different. Different specialties, different paths, different passions, and perhaps even different dreams. So I challenge everyone here today, find your purpose. Stoke your embers, let it be your North Star, your guiding light. And once you find it, you must fight for it, you must protect it, and you must never, ever let it die. In conclusion, as we walk out of this room today as doctors, I want us to carry this with us. Somewhere right now, there is a patient who does not know your name, they do not know what you look like, they do not know where you train, and they do not know the sacrifices that you had to make to get to this point. But one day, they will sit across from you, afraid, uncertain, hoping, and they are counting on you to be ready. And you will be. Because thank God you trained at All Saints University. Thank you very much.
You know, he could have stood there and said absolutely nothing.
curious to know how many of you are hot, hungry, and tired. Yeah, me too. But guess what? That's what residency's like, so tough luck. To all the distinguished guests and the honorable folks that are up here who have built this university from the ground up, it is an honor to be here. 20 years ago, I stepped into this campus. This gentleman was my professor, and me and a handful of students took a leap of faith and trusted a couple of individuals, Dr. Yusuf and our beloved Mr. Richmond Paul-Poulet, and believed in their vision to create a university that gave us an opportunity to fulfill our dreams and of becoming physicians. And I'm one of the first, or I was the first, president of the student government when we were in Dominica, and man, did we have a good time. And for those of you who have been in Dominica or even in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you were there to study. In fact, we were told that we should be doing nothing but studying, but being part of student government meant that we needed to make sure that your mental health was good. And so we planned a lot of parties, and we did a lot of events, and we toured the island and did excursions, and yes, we earned a medical degree at the end of the day as well. But you know what? I am so grateful to this university because, like all of you, I also wanted to be a physician. Of course, I also blame this university because I got bit by the business bug when I was student government president. And ever since I graduated, I moved on in my life and in my profession to get an MBA and start a whole bunch of businesses, and that's all due to this university. And so while many of you came here to become physicians and clinicians, I would be wrong if I didn't tell you that you basically have a platform that you can now use to expand your life, that for yourself and your family and for your friends. The degree that you have, yes, we've heard many people up here saying how amazing it's going to be to take care of the sick and the needy because that's what your medical degree offers you. But you've also been given the ability to problem solve. You've also been given the ability to tackle issues. You see the world differently than other people. It's funny because I have always found myself walking around staring at people, and while people walking by, you know when you go to the mall and you just look at people. You know what I do? I look at people's gait, and I look to see what's wrong with them, and I'd like to diagnose them as they walk by me. And only you can do that. It's the beauty of having a medical degree. And I am so grateful for this university because I have lifelong friends. You know, I did my core rotations in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And that was a very long time ago. And every year, at least once a year, my wife and my kids go back to visit the professors, the preceptors. And I have a lot of friends there. And I give all credit to this university for this. I'm grateful because, you know, when we stepped on the island, I'll be honest. When we stepped on the island, back in 2006, we were wide-eyed, bushy-tailed with hopes and dreams, and we put a lot of faith in the administration. And we are so happy to see that we're celebrating 20 years. I am so grateful for what they have accomplished. You know, All Saints University, yes, they do deserve a round of applause. I attribute my success in my life to this school. I run one of the best physician exam prep companies in the country because of this school. I run the largest medical conference for international medical graduates because of this school. I run a bunch of other things as well because of this school. I am grateful to them. And it would be wrong for me to say that I am excited to see what this school has to offer in the next 20 years. I'm excited to see where all of you land. I have a lot of physician friends, a lot of classmates. You know, we didn't hear a lot of it, but this is probably the most affordable medical school in the Caribbean. And it's one, yes, don't increase tuition. And it's one that gives students and families an opportunity to achieve a dream. You know, most of us, I'd imagine, you're all probably first generations. You're probably the first doctors in your family. And this school gave you that opportunity. This school gave your family that opportunity, because I'd imagine your parents and your family and your friends, those traveling from afar, are proud to now look at you and say, doctor. And you have to give credit to where credit is due, to All Saints University. So to all the graduates here and to all the family and the friends, congratulations, you've made it this far. I'm excited to see what your life has to offer. One thing I will leave you with is be humble and be grateful and be kind to your university. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you for the honor, first of all. And I want to start by saying that I'm filled with so much gratitude. First of all, gratitude to God. Secondly, gratitude to our distinguished faculty. Thank you for this opportunity that you have given us. Now, I stand as both an alumni and also part of the graduating class. The fact that you decided to merge the graduation, because for our sets, we didn't get to experience this beauty. So the fact that the faculty decided that for those of us who graduated in 2019, but didn't experience this occasion, you honored us. And for this, we say thank you. So, now I'm going to start. Good evening to our distinguished faculty, proud families, and most importantly, our incredible graduating class. May I humbly introduce myself. I am Dr. Adezi Odigwe Ekekwe. Thank you. I am a fourth-year resident in metabolic and genetic medicine at the University of Toronto. Thank you so much. Today is a celebration, but it's also a powerful beginning. As I stand here, I can't help but reflect on my own journey, which, just like yours, started with a dream and a decision to pursue it wholeheartedly. My time in the Caribbean was truly special. It was filled with growth, discovery, and unforgettable moments. Studying by the beach, learning across cultures, and embracing a new perspective on life and medicine. Yes, sometimes the virgin pina colada. That experience taught me something I would never forget. Our starting point does not define our destination. Our vision does. After completing my basic sciences, I went on to do clinical rotations in the United States and my surgery rotation here in Canada, a place I've always called home. So when I graduated in 2019, I set my heart on returning to Canada for residency. Now here is the remarkable part. There was only one position in my specialty in the entire country of Canada. Just one. And I went for it, not because it was guaranteed, but because I believed that possibility still existed. And by God's grace, combined with preparation, perseverance, and faith, I got it. That moment, thank you so much. That moment reminded me of something I want you to carry with you. You don't need many chances. You just need one, and the courage to take it. There will be moments that will stretch us, but every step will shape us into the physicians and the people we are meant to become. And as we rise, let us remember this, that we are not alone. I have been deeply blessed with an incredible support system. My husband, Engineer Kingsley Ekekwe, my father, Professor Godwin Odigwe, who are both present here, and my mother and other members of my family who have been pillars of strength through every season. My mom is not here right now, but I know she's happy at home with my 2 kids, whom I also had during residency. Thank you. In fact, I'm currently on maternity leave. Perfect timing. And what that has taught me is this: life doesn't compete with our dreams. It can grow alongside with them. You can build a meaningful career, a beautiful life, and still hold on to the things that matter most to you. So as you step into the next chapter, step forward with confidence. Step forward with courage. Step forward knowing that you are equipped, you are capable, and you are ready. With faith, hard work, and resilience, there is truly no limit to what we can achieve. The sky is not your limit. It is only your starting point. Congratulations again. Class of today, to all alumni like myself, to our current medical students, every single one of you at All Saints University School of Medicine, and everyone considering pursuing a career in medicine who might be here or who might be at home. Tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends. All Saints gives you this opportunity, a good one. Work hard, be hopeful, it will work out. Our future is bright. Our impact will be powerful, and our journey is just beginning. Thank you so much.